Hello, fellow traders. Tis I, the Rumpled One, coming to you on Monday, September the 8th. The year's 2025. Let's talk trading. Weekly open and gap. These videos are for educational purposes only. Your results may differ from mine. As always, have risk management in place so you don't lose more than you're willing to lose on any one single trade or during any one trading session. Okay, brain management. Let's make sure we manage our brains. No fear, no regrets. Just remember, pain doesn't come from the market, it comes from your reaction to the market. So, looking at the weekly, wow, there's a lot of unfilled gaps, but the pound dollar filled its gap. Right now, we're 36 pips above that weekly open, 21 off the high, and 54 off the low. We're putting in the opening range for the week. As you can see, we have already shot out of both sides of the opening range for the month today. We breached a high and we breached a low, but we're right back in that, or we're that monthly opening range. And just for completeness, we're way above the opening range for the year. And speaking of the year, we're 1,025 pips above that yearly open, 254 off the yearly high, and 1436 off the yearly low. We had an inside bar 2 weeks ago, and we're above that. We had an inside bar 10 days ago, and we're also above that one. Notice we've breached those inside bars. And I had a trader send an email asking if I follow these, I guess the price action, the candlestick price action, and the pin bars and all those other ones, and dojis. And it's like, no, not necessarily. I don't. What I do is I just look at, certain levels and see what happens at the level. Price is going to cross it and keep going, or cross it, stop, and reverse back through it. A good example of that, we'll see when we get to the H4 chart what's just happened. In fact, I was on the phone with Walmart, and we were looking at that. He picked up a trade. It's funny, he got out right at he was short, came down to the H4 open. He had his TP there, but then it continued on. So range, let's see who's winning today. The Euro New Zealand dollar, 151 pips. Pound New Zealand, or what I like to call the new beast, is right there at 149. And the dollar yen's putting in a respectable 111 range. You can see here the buy zone, we crisscrossed that weekly open late in the Asian session, partially in that London session. Looks like red rats. Time to feast, it looks like. Actually, the smart rats would have been short at 43. And it's kind of interesting because if you look here, the H4 open was at 43. So you can see it hit yesterday's high, reversed, came back down, crossed over the open. And so we're about 6 pips below that open at the moment. Bambino Flex said go long at the pivot. Looks like that paid off. Pivot trading plan, long at the pivot, that paid off. And it said short price, near or less than the R1. So it looks like we got within 10 pips or so of R1 and reversed. So we did take out that daily pivot. We have not taken out the weekly, and we have taken out the monthly. So once again, having a simple plan, sticking to it, cutting down on the variables, and can be profitable. Okay, speaking about variables, we're in the upper wick zone of the previous day's candle, previous trading day's candle, be more specific. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. If I had to take a guess, I'm thinking it's going to come back down to the 135 level because it seems like price just keeps hitting that level. For the weekly range right now, we're at 74 pips. And remember, last week was an outside bar. So if we test it, we might make a run to the 136, even though, I don't know, my guts are kind of telling me 135. But I would not be surprised to see 136. Price action chart broke out of the previous H1 low. Some decent trading ranges here on the M30. Oh, let's see. Higher low, lower high. We had a lower high trigger here. And then we had a higher low trigger there. And once again, these simple methods, do they work every time? No. You're gonna take a loss every now and then. It's just part of trading. It's funny because Walmart and I were talking about something that we've been looking at, and he was saying, if we were just to, stay in the trade when this happens, can I pick up 10 or more pips? And I said, well, the answer is either maybe or sometimes, because when you look at the market and you can see things, it's like, oh, that looks like a good idea. It is sometimes. Sometimes it's not, and that's just the nature. I mean, no matter what method you use, it's going to work sometimes. Oh, let's see. This is just the looking at the slope of the EMAs. And you can see here we went from aqua to magenta. Let me expand that chart. And it's like just looking at these the last 5 closes here. It's like prices breaking down. So long as they're all red or most are red, chances are you can ride that trade. But does it work every time? No. And then even that, does it work? I mean, you have to define what that means. Question is, did it give you an opportunity to take money off the table? So you can see here, we got a new close, and all of a sudden, it's going red to green, red to green, green to red. So once again, you look here, we've got some negative slope. And so, does it work? Well, can you make 1 pip? And how many times can you make 1 pip? Can you make 2 pips? How many times can you make 2 pips? It's goes back to the frequency distribution indicators that I've written. And so the question is, are you willing to be happy with 1 pip or 2 pips or 3 or 5? It just depends. And so on a trade like this, what just happened, it was possible to make a pip or two, but then again, now market just snapped back and you might be right back to where you entered. And that's just trading. And that's just something that a lot of traders really struggle with understanding. So, fellow traders, I'm going to wrap this one up a little early today, but I want you to always remember and never forget, it's not what you trade, it's how you trade it. So go out there and drain the banks. This is the Rumpled One, over and out.